So I saw Godzilla vs Kong last week. In fact, I saw it on its debut day on I think on Wednesday. I saw it on Wednesday night. So I would say this is a dumb fun movie that is my second best film of the year. Period. It is my second favorite film of 2021, just behind the Justice League Snyder cut. It is not a smart film. I never expected it to be smart, but I love every single part of this film. It is incredibly well made with great visuals and great fight scenes. And to be honest, I really didn't care about the story of this film because when I paid to get this film, I did not pay to get Shakespeare screenplay told to me on screen. That was not what I paid to get. I paid to see mayhem, I paid to see destruction, and I paid to see annihilation of two gigantic monsters. And I got that. It was fulfilling, and I love that. Now, what is the payoff of a fun movie that has no political bullshit, no political wokeness? You have a massive opening of 285 million US dollars. Actually, it made a little bit over 285 million. It made 285.3 million, but I digress. The opening is really wonderful. This is the best pandemic opening ever. And it is so good that this movie has already made almost 65% of the entire total of Godzilla King of the Monsters that made, I think, a total of 375 million or 385 million last year. Sorry, last 2 years. Is it last year or last 2 years? Yeah, last 2 years. Last 2 years. Because Godzilla should have come out last year. It was moved to this year. So just last 2 years. This is wonderful. It's really, really wonderful because when this film was pushed, it was really pushed not because of the pandemic, was because I think Warner Brothers was scared because Godzilla King of the Monsters flopped at the box office, lost them money, and really pretty much dented the brand, the Monsterverse brand. Uh, I love that film. I still like the film. It wasn't a great film. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10 when I watched it in 2019 in cinemas. This film I give an 8.5 out of 10, and a solid 8.5 out of 10. And the 8.5 has nothing to do with story. I could care less about the story. I only paid to get visual experience and destruction, and that is what I got. I didn't pay for Shakespeare's story. At times, people need to understand, these people that review these things need to understand that movies are actually designed to be fun. I see people saying that, oh, it's not smart. It doesn't have coherent storyline. Oh, there wasn't human storyline. Look, you had human storyline that dominated the first Godzilla film in 2014. What did that film do? That film was bloody divisive. That film had people saying horrible things about it. Someone like me, I really hated that film. I'm like, if you're gonna give me a Godzilla film, I need to see Godzilla eating people alive. I need to see a Godzilla stomping on cities and destroying things. I would not want to pay my hard-earned money, go to a cinema, sit down for 2 hours, and you lecture me on people building up affairs of their lives to communicate with a monster, maybe partly ravaging the city. You understand? Because if you watch the 2014 Godzilla, it really had no Godzilla in it. I think Godzilla only did one or two things here and there, and that was about that. That was about that. It was just a um, horrible experience that I had for that film. And I think I saw it in cinemas. I can't even remember where I saw that film in. And I was really disappointed. Of course, critics will like it because they only care about woke nonsense. They only care about human character development in a monster film where it's not technically overly needed. You just need a really decent story that can at least build towards something, and that's all you need. And that is what Godzilla vs Kong did for me. Told a very cheaply written story and still delivered in all the visual effect experience, and it is a success. So in China, it has already made 140, sorry, 100, and because it made $10 million today on Monday. So if you add that to 135 million on Sunday, it has made around 145 million in China. And from the sites I follow, from the reports I follow, they say that with the way it's making money in China, it could actually cross 200 million US dollars in China, because it's holding up really well in China. And that is a great thing for its overall run, especially, you know, Kong Skull Island, I think, made around 193 million dollars in China. So if this film keeps growing at this pace, it should come either close to Skull Island or a little bit over it in China. Now, domestic is something that I just cannot say for a fact what it would do, because with a really massive, almost $50 million 5-day opening, considering there is no big release coming in the next maybe even 2 months, because as much as people want to say Mortal Kombat is a big film, I don't think it would make this sort of money. It's not even going to rival Godzilla vs Kong, because one of the main reasons why this film is succeeding is because this film is a visual effect extravaganza. People need to see it in cinema. People do not want to sit at home to watch this extravaganza of special effects. People want to go to the cinema and be blown away with visual effects, and that is what they pay to see. That's why it's a success. Let's not kid ourselves, because there are other movies in the cinemas as we speak. There is Raya and the Last Dragon, another woke crap from Disney that had really almost the horrible story that I have ever seen from Disney, and that film tanked. The media is trying to spin it that it's succeeding on Disney Plus, but that movie is a disaster. I think it's only made $85 million on almost a $150 million production budget. That film is a disaster. But you know what? Because it ticks all the boxes, it's woke, it's female empowerment nonsense. That film is held in high regard. But it is all good. It is all good. I'm quite happy that Godzilla is doing very well at the box office. I'm hearing it could get to 480 to 500 million worldwide, and that would be an incredible statement that if you don't put woke nonsense in a film, you will make money. And that is it, guys. That's the box office and my review of the film. I really enjoyed it. Gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Do subscribe to our channel. Do like our content. Do follow on social media. I'm going to see you guys next time.